Hello everyone, once again, to another one of these really boring videos. You can tell there's a big difference in my PC. I now have a cooling block. All I need now is RAM and 2 SSDs and a hard drive. And my computer will be ready to boot. Oh yeah, and of course, Windows, which is $120 freaking dollars. Which is a bit too much, if you couldn't tell in my voice. But that is not the only thing that has changed. Down here is a little bit cleaner. I like it a lot better than what it was. Over here is a lot cleaner, just in between those two little racks right there. And if we take off the back plate, you can see the cable management that I've done. This cable management took me like 3 hours, so let's check that out. And here we go. Here's the cable management that I've worked really hard on. You can tell it's not the best cable management system, but it works for me. I think it looks pretty darn good for a first time build. There are wires that are crossing that makes it look a bit messy, but I think if I stand back a little bit, you can see that it doesn't look too bad. And yeah, the cooler I went with, if I go get the box real quick, which is over here, you get to see my feet. Congratulations. Oh, dropped another box. Whoops. I went with, and you can't see it because it's a glare, the H80i V2. It's not the H80i GT, and it looks exactly like it, except the box is a little bit different, but the cooler itself looks exactly the same. And gonna be honest, it was a pain in the butt to put on. The hoses for it are really stiff, and whenever you're trying to mount that on, whenever it's just you and you've got, it's really difficult. I struggled with it for like 20 minutes just trying to get the cooling block, the pump, onto the processor. It was, brings back bad memories, yeah. So, yeah, that's basically what's changed with my PC. The H80i V2, I'm not sure if it's got anything different between the H80i GT, or if the H80i GT is a little bit more powerful or anything, but I'm fairly sure they're basically the same. These little covers on it, they are replaceable. I did actually find the replacement for them on Corsair's website, which a lot of people have been having trouble finding the replacements for them, because if you look at the top of the box, you can see right there. Wait. Yeah. Right there. And it has decided it didn't want to focus on it. Come on. Come on. There we go. It's a little bit more in focus. But right there, that's the little covers that go on the side of the radiator and the pump. They're little covers. If I got them, they'd definitely be red. Ouch. I just dropped that on my foot. Well, actually, I wouldn't need to really get them because they've got RGB lighting in them, which you can change to, I think, blue or red. I think you can change them to any color, really. But, so I don't really have a need for those covers. At least I don't think I'd have a need for them. I'm going to turn my PC around and give you one last look. So we're back at the front of the case. As you can see, I have actually left room for my my storage devices. I've got SATA power connectors and SATA data cables. I've got these two little cables that I'm going to call them naughty cables because they don't have any cable management. They're just there for, like this one right here. It's just there in case I need to put a new device in, like if I run out of space on an SSD or a hard drive. I can just pop a new one in there and then mess with the cable management after I do that, but that's just going to lay in there like that. Probably not the best thing to do, but hey, my computer, I can do what I want. And as you can see, we got the Strix GTX 980 Ti. That looks absolutely gorgeous. Let's get a look under there at those beautiful little fans. Got the Asus Maximus, I don't really know no Roman numerals that well, but I think it's 5 or 6. Looking absolutely beautiful. I have actually powered it on. I don't have RAM in it or anything, so it's not like it posted or anything, but I just turned it on to make sure everything turned on and worked and wasn't damaged in shipping. So I just briefly turned it on and then turned it back off. As you can see, we'll have one more rundown of the parts I have in. I've got the Corsair RM850 modular power supply. I've got the Strix Gaming GTX 980 Ti. I've got the Asus Maximus something whatever. I've got the Corsair H80i V2 version 2. I've got the CM Storm Enforcer case. I've got a disc reader right here. I think it's an Asus disc reader. It's really not that special. And what will I be getting next? I am going to be getting a Samsung 50 gigabyte SSD, which will be my boot drive. I'm getting also a Samsung 1 terabyte SSD, which will have my games and stuff on it, so I get really fast launching and stuff. And I'm going to have a 2 terabyte Seagate hard drive, which will sit in this standard drive cage right here. That's just going to be for like general storage, maybe some different types of games like Papers, Please. I really want to get Papers, Please, and I'll store it on that because it doesn't really need an SSD. Oh, yes, and RAM. I am going to get 16 gigabyte of Corsair Vengeance Pro RAM. I think it's DDR4 or 3 or something like that. I don't know. Can't remember right off the top of my head. It might be DDR5. I don't remember. But that's gonna go right here. If I need to get 32 gigabyte, I'll get 32 gigabyte, but I don't really see myself needing that. So I think I'm just gonna use 16, and they'll go right there next to the processor. It's just a standard motherboard, nothing really all that special about it. And if we look on the back, you can see how badly I installed the cooler. I just bring my light around. Okay, there we go. And I'm not sure if I fixed it. Yeah, look, right there. I don't think you can really see it all that well. Focus. Yeah, you can see it. There's a little wire in front of there that happened during the installation, and I'm not going to take it back off to put that back on, because I already had to take it off once because I had the fans facing the wrong way. Yeah. Way to go, me. As you can see, I've got my expansion slots all slotted in nicely. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Yes, indeed. It comes with a whole bunch of HDMI, VGA, whatever, DVI, VGA cable. Light's really hot, and I just put my hand on it, and it really hurt. See, we've got the little back plate for the motherboard right here, whatever this is called. Can't remember. Oh my god, I'm so terrible at this. But I'm also going to be getting so one of the biggest, hardest decisions I've had to make so far, which I'm not sure 100% if I'm going to get it, is what monitor I'm going to be using. Jesus Christ, the monitors, what I want. Oh man, there's so many out there, and I was originally going to go with 1080p, and then I found a Asus, I think it was the VX24AH. I think that's it. and it's a 1440p monitor, and I fell in love with it. It is an absolutely beautiful monitor. It looks like if I wanted to add another one of them, it'd be perfect because it has like a millimeter of the side things, like there. If I point it to there, you can see the side things. I think they're called bezels. Anyway, they're so small, and so if I wanted to get another monitor, it would be perfect. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go with 1440p. As you can see, not all cable management is perfect, mainly because this block is kind of wonky in the way that that's where the USB port comes out. As you can see, it's kind of unseated. It's not good. There we go. Push that back in. It's fine. I don't like where that comes out. That should come out at the top of the block so we can run it behind the case. And the same thing for these fans right here. I know I could have installed that a different... Well, no, I really couldn't have installed it a different way. I mean, I could have gotten a different cooler, but it's just not a very good design. The block, where everything comes out, it's not a very good design. That's okay coming on this side. It's mainly my... Well, maybe not. Maybe both of those should come out at the top. That would probably, if you can see, there's a little cable right here that comes out the side, and it connects to your two fans on your cooler, which, yes, I did go for push-pull, which I know not everyone approves of, but I want to get cool air from the outside through here, into there, into my case, and this is blowing air in, so I might have to take that out and turn it around to take air out, to take warm air out, because that may cause positive airflow or negative or whatever it is, but I don't want to cause a neutral airflow because that's not exactly the best thing to have. So what else? I think that's everything. It was a rundown of what I'm going to be getting. It's a rundown of what I have. I'm very close to being finished. All I need is Windows 10, which I will be running Windows 10 on here. I need RAM, 2 SSDs, and a hard drive. All I need is one SSD and maybe a hard drive to boot it up to get Windows installed, but I think I'm just going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy my RAM first, and then I'm going to buy an SSD, then I'm going to buy Windows and install it, and then I'm going to buy a monitor, and then I'll buy my hard drive and SSDs, and that'll be the last thing I use, the last thing I buy. The keyboard I'm going to be getting is this really kind of cheap, not really impressive, Cooler Master gaming keyboard that has red LEDs behind it, LED backlit keys. It's nothing too special, but I really like it. I think it's going to go good, and it's a keyboard and mouse combo, so it's going to be really nice. And it's really cheap. It's like $45. So yeah, save money where you can. I really don't. I kind of want a Razer Black Widow, but I just can't. I can't afford it. So yeah, that's that. So this was the rundown of how my computer looks and what it looks like right now, and how amazing and awesome it is that I'm actually going to accomplish this. I'm really proud of myself, and I can't wait to get rid of that piece of crap right there. You can just look at its keyboard. So if you like this video, like it. If you didn't like it so much, well, then don't watch my videos anymore. It's that simple. Hey, it's your decision. Anyway, I just really hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see more of this, make sure to hit the like button or subscribe. And I guess I'll see you in the next video, which it's a little bit of a secret. I might be going on the Amtrak Sunset Limited next week. So keep an eye out on that. Bye. One more thing before I go. If you're wondering why I got the Asus Strix Gaming GTX 980 Ti instead of the brand new NVIDIA GTX 1080 or the Strix 1080, I will tell you this, because one, I can't afford the 1080, even though people say, oh, it's less. It's not really less. It's $200 more than this. This was a $600 graphics card. The other ones are $800, which that was on Amazon, the ones I could find, and they were all out of stock. And two, because this graphics card looks better. it undeniably looks better, especially in this PC. The 1080 looks exactly like the Titan X and the 980 Ti that had NVIDIA have come out with a few little changes. They've all got that turbine style cooling that's probably a bit louder than this, because this graphics card is designed to be extremely powerful and extremely quiet, which is great. So if you were wondering that, that's why. And I also forgot to mention what processor I have. If you haven't seen my other video, I have... Ooh, 1 second. I have the Intel Core i7 quad-core 4790K rated at 4 GHz processor with turbo boost and hyper-threading and all that. So yeah. Bye! Again. By the way, one last thing before I go. Again. The best thing about a good cable management system, or a semi-good one like what I did, is this. Yee.